Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy HasLab Liokaiser Combiner Set. Now, as of recording this video, the campaign is ended. If you didn't get it, you're not going to get it. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say you're not going to get it. You're going to have to pay the aftermarket prices. Now, I didn't make a video on this initially when it was first announced, simply because I wasn't interested in it. And I didn't really think it was going to get funded. So I didn't find that it was worth my time to make an opinion on it for something that I wasn't going to get. That being said, today's Prime Talk is more so on how it got backed and the success of it. It was completely funded and all 3 tiers were unlocked. So it ended up getting a total of 23,553 backers at the end, and it ended last, I think it was the 30th is when it ended. And you guys go ahead and pause it on the screen here. I'll leave it here for a second. You guys can, I'll have the link on the description. You can go down and you can read this for yourself on what it comes with. For $300, I think it's a solid figure, and I find it interesting that Hasbro is putting out basically all the victory figures, or at least the larger ones, through HasLab versus selling these at even like, not even like retail, even just selling them individually. I personally think, and this is why I feel like this was this is a personal opinion, I feel like this was a wasted HasLab. Not because I have no connection to the character, because I've never actually seen all of Victory completely. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes. What bothers me about this is that they are doing these as like a premium finish like figures, but yet they're chugs. They're not putting any extra effort into not so much articulation, but into engineering. And like, because I've seen unboxings and reviews of both Star Saber and Deathsaurus. From what I have seen in those videos, it's basically like a more expensive Titan figure. And I don't know if I agree with that. And granted, you know, I know there's people out there that are just like, dude, I need Victory Saber. Now, I know there's third-party offerings out there, and I think there are some older third-party offerings out there for Deathsaurus. And I know that some people are like, nope, I don't do third-party. That's IP infringement. That's stealing. I don't support it. I won't do it because then that leads to KOs. It's a slippery slope. And I completely understand and I fully support and respect a person's opinion. On the flip side of that, until Hasbro or Takara drops the hammer on third-party and says no more, they're never going to do that. Because one, I don't think they can really, I don't want to say they can't stop it, but the whole point of third party in the beginning was to offer up things that Hasbro wasn't doing. And until Hasbro starts saying, hey, you know, we're going to start doing these variations, we're going to start doing like all these inspired versions of characters, like we're going to do like a full on like MP scale Devastator. You know, we're going to do all the combiners and we're going to do them G1, fully articulated, 3 modes, you know, at MP scale. Until they start doing that, third party is the only option you have for a lot of this stuff. A lot of like Abomination. Let's see, a lot of the, basically most of the third season cast, and even like the one like 4th season, like, and a lot of like, you know, obscured like series like Armada and like Galaxy, or not Galaxy, Cybertron, Robots in Disguise. You know, a lot of these other shows that Hasbro obviously did chug figures for at the time of when they were released, but there's been no third-party offerings or master. I keep saying third-party because I'm talking about third-party here. There's no masterpiece scale options for this. Now, I don't know if there's a third-party version of Liokaiser out there. There might have been one like several years ago. I don't see a lot of like Victory, like third-party toys out there to know if this is something that fans are really itching for. I'm sure, obviously 23,000 people wanted this figure. And I honestly feel like this could have been released at retail level. I really feel like, maybe not at retail level, but like a Has Pulse exclusive or something. I really feel like they could have released these things individually or even as 2-packs. You could have released them as 2-packs. And you could have sold each one for like, I would say like maybe $35 a 2-pack, or even like $40 a 2-pack. It would have been more expensive, but I don't know. It's just really strange. And then like, I still do not like how they do their tiers. Like, I had my opinion. Yes, I did get the Omega Prime because it's Optimus Prime, and I really wanted it. And I know it's going to have a lot of chugness to it, but it's big, it's imposing. I wanted it. It's an Optimus Prime character that I wanted, and the third-party options that I saw out there, I don't think there actually was one. And then trying to get the official ones from the way back in the day, like, I couldn't find them. And then obviously now they're just overpriced now because people shut out the prices because of the HasLab last year. And hopefully I'll get mine here in May. I should be getting mine here probably the next month or so. So like for the third tier being like a figure, that's cool. Like I think this Death Cobra was another member of the team that swapped out or whatever. That's really cool. I like that. And then like this, like where we at here? This, a weapon set, nunchucks, as a second tier. I mean, it got unlocked. That's crazy. And I don't know if people backed it for this. They just backed it to get the figure. But I just find that ridiculous. Like, this should have just been included. Like, why would we not give the weapon of the figure? Because what if people like, oh, I want the figure, but we couldn't get 16,000 backers, right? And then, of course, the display stand. This stuff should be included. Like, that should just be included. You can't sit there and tell me that they needed 18,000 backers in order to make this. Like, this is stock, basically. Like, we could, let's say I backed this figure and it didn't get to the 18,000 and I didn't get a display stand for it, you could 3D print one. There are some 3D printing has become so, like, I don't say normalized, but it's become so, like, so abundantly open now to the public and people like can just get them. Like, I think now they even are making printers that are like eco-friendly, safe, where they don't give off the fumes. And that was always my biggest thing, because I've lived in apartments most of my adult life, that I have just like, well, I can't have a 3D printer in my house because, you know, I don't want to cause issues for my neighbors, the noise, and then also to ventilation. But I've been thinking about getting one just because I think they become more eco-friendly and you can actually have one in your house and not cause issues and stuff like that. I mean, just for small projects, you know, nothing like major or anything like that. You'll be running for months at a time. But Mr. J has a 3D printer. I could just say, hey, can you just print me some stands? Or I could go into AutoCAD myself and make this and then sell it for $2, the AutoCAD file, and people would buy it. I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just find it ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. And you guys can say I'm wrong or right in the comments or whatever. And then obviously there's the video. I mean, it looks great. And obviously these are render shots. And I think it'll end up like the CAD render files always look better than the final product. And I've heard that there were issues with like paint, like they were scratching right out of the box of Victory Saber, or that there were some like for example, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. If I click on this, you see this right here, you see this hollowness? Why am I paying $300 for a premium figure with hollowness like that? Like, you mean to tell me that Hasbro can't, like, this looks very Chug. This looks like something I would see in a Walmart, a Target, you know, a retail store. This is what this looks like to me. This is not something third party does, which is why I feel that is why third party is never going away. And whether or not there is a third party offering of this guy, if there will ever be a third party offering of this guy, I don't know. But for those of you who backed it, congratulations. I'm glad you're happy and everything like that. But as somebody who has backed HasLabs before, until they up the quality of their Transformers, until they start putting more effort into the engineering of these things and start doing characters that are, I feel, more worthy of a HasLab. Like, okay, the Unicron. Like, I didn't get the Unicron. I didn't back the Unicron. I don't like that Unicron. It's a shell former, and that just makes me upset that for $600, that was the absolute best you can do when a third-party company did it 100% better. Yes, at a smaller scale, and I'm sure somebody, nobody's done it yet, but I'm sure somebody could probably make a oversized version of it, and boom, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's done it yet, and I don't know if people are afraid to do it because then it's like that it's directly in line with the HasLab version, and I know the HasLab version didn't actually get backed because the third-party version came out or was announced. And I know Hasbro actually did go after that company and told them to stop, which they technically did. They just renamed it, rebranded it, and all that stuff. It still ended up coming out. But for my collection, like, you're never going to have a Unicron that is going to scale with an MP collection. It would be too massive. The only way you could do it would scale it with a Legend scale collection. And I think the HasLab version in Planet mode scales pretty well with a Legends collection. The robot mode is garbage. I said it, the robot mode is garbage because Hasbro refuses to up the quality of their products. And that's why they're falling off. And I hate to say this, but I've heard it from several people. Some of my friends have said it, that they're not interested in the new stuff anymore because the articulation's not there. The quality has dipped since War for Cybertron, and they're just cutting corners, and then they're raising the prices. Like, and for like Power of the Primes, the only thing I'm going in on is the aerial bots. That's it. I decided I'm not going to get any of the other figures. Like, I thought about getting the Fallen, but I don't know. I'm just like, I don't really need it. I did a whole Prime talk on it a month ago, and I still think it's a good figure. I think it's a really cool figure. I just don't have any interest in it. And just as the years have progressed, I have slowly stopped buying Hasbro stuff when it comes to Transformers, and I've been buying more, even like Studio Series. I've dramatically slowed down buying Studio Series. Like, I don't think I'm going to get after seeing like reviews now of the Age of Extinction Prime, I don't think I'm going to get it. I think I'm just going to skip on it because I think, and this might be a hot take, I honestly feel that the freaking mainline leader class version is better, even though it has it has a big backpack. The backpack is terrible. I mean, granted, I have Challenger, and I'm happy with Challenger. I have an MP scale version of the Last Night mold. I'm happy with it, unless they come out with a better version, or if they come out with a different version with whatever. And I have the leader. I have the leader class, and I have the Voyager, I believe, class of the Last Night of Optimus Prime from the original movie. I have both those figures. The Studio Series figure I don't know. It just doesn't. I think it's the paint. I think because they didn't paint it, and for the price, they should have painted it. And other than getting a couple more figures for the 86 line, like, I'm not even going in on the Devastator line. Like, Mr. J's getting it, and like once he gets all of it, I'll take a look at him, obviously, because he's already said, hey, you can take a look at him when I get him. But other than that, I'm just that's it. Like right now for my Devastator in my 86 collection, I use my Hercules. It's not G1 accurate, but it does the job, and like there's like a couple other characters that I want to get for the 86 line, and then I'm done. Like, I won't get any more. And like for Studio Series, I'm at my peak now where I'm done. Like, there's some figures that I have that are mainline that are representing that character in my collection for a Studio Series movie line. But beyond that, I don't think, unless they come up with something way better, I'm like, for example, Nitro Zeus, that figure is so good. Like, they would have to basically re-release it with better paint in order to, and just call it a Studio Series at this point. Because I don't think they can do that figure any better in terms of like articulation or in terms of like design. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you think my opinions are wrong when it comes to Liokaiser, and like being a HasLab, where you like, this is the only way this would have ever gotten released by Hasbro. I mean, that's probably true. Like, anything after season 2 for Transformers is not popular for the general audience. Is not popular. So I understand that completely, guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, check out this video right here. And as always, guys, until next time.